Hi everybody. So in this week's tutorial, what we're going to look at is calculating the NDVI variable using the SNAP software. So NDVI stands for Normalized Difference Vegetation Index, and this is a commonly used indicator of vegetation health. Um, the index, so when you complete this calculation, you'll get a value um, between -1 and 1, with -1 being the most unhealthy plant, or perhaps bare soil, or perhaps water, to 1, which is a very healthy plant. So to do that, we're going to firstly do a trial run or a initial analysis on our image from last week, and then we're going to download several more images and create a time series so we can see how at a particular location NDVI is changing over a period of time. So let's get started. So first open the resampled image that we all completed last week, um, and that should load up fairly quickly in Snap. We want to just open the RGB image. Okay, so there we are. We can see the image that we used last week. All right. Now, the next thing to do is we're going to do NDVI, I suppose the long way, you might say. So to do that, we're going to go bandmats. Okay, we're going to name this new layer NDVI, and we're going to this already has a layer from a previous one, so NDVI1. So now we're going to do the calculation. So the calculation is your near infrared band, which is band 8, okay, minus your red band, which is band 4, divided by your near infrared band again, which is band 8, plus your red band, which is band 4. So what that is actually doing, that's calculating the ratio of near infrared light to infrared light. And that will, as I said, will give us a value between -1 and 1. And the value closer to 1 is healthy vegetation, and the value closest to -1 is unhealthy or dead vegetation, or vegetation that is um, excuse me, or land that is water or bare soil or urban areas. So let's go ahead and click OK and see what we get. So you can see it's added a black and white composite image there. And if we look here at our pixel information and we click, or we just run our mouse over any area of the map, we can see our new band down there called NDVI1, and its current location is saying 0.68, so there'd be fairly healthy vegetation located in that area. So if we scroll across here to water, we can see minus 0.11. If we scroll to maybe some agricultural areas, uh, you can see again 0.85, so healthy, vibrant vegetation. And again, if we zoom out a bit and we go to an urban area, you can see NDVI of 0.44, in the denser urban area 0.37, and 0.41. So you can see the values varying. Um, this is this location here that the mouse is currently over. This is largely blanket peat bog, and you can see relatively moderate values for NDVI. We scroll up to this area here, which is forestry. Sorry, that's not forestry. Let me just have a look. So if we go back to our RGB image, just to navigate to the area I'm looking for, okay, and we go back to our NDVI image now. We should see forestry here, and we can see really high NDVI values. Okay, so forestry would be, I suppose you typically find the highest NDVI values there. So now that we have that, what we just want to do is one or two things. Firstly, we want to change the color scale. So you might have your window down here at the bottom. It might say navigation, color manipulation, uncertainty, visualization, and worldview. Click on color manipulation. Make sure it's selected to basic, and then go down to your color ramp. Now, to me, the most logical way to do this, because really what this NDVI is measuring is the greenness of a landscape. So it makes sense to have um, this scale here, mirror scale, because the greener the image, the greener the landscape, the greener the image will appear, which is a lot more intuitive. So we can see here again, water bodies are closer to white. You can see that there, and healthy, dense vegetated areas are green. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. So what's planning now for the next lecture, the next tutorial, is that we are going to download several more images, and we're going to build a time series in which we can develop some sort of understanding of how, at a particular point, the NDVI is changing. So just when you're finished with this tutorial, go ahead and click on the next one. Thank you.